Welcome back to the Brewing a Better You podcast. This is Riuel. And if you haven't followed me yet, click the follow button here at Spotify or at YouTube. And in my IG, Your Life Engineer. And hopefully, marami kayong matutunan dito kasi basically this podcast is about adulting at 30s, some career pivots that I had already, and some mental breakdowns and burnouts in life na hopefully maging relatable din sa inyo. And this is just a passion project kasi ang dami ko nga natututunan about different people with my clients and with my friends, and they're seeking advices from me, and unexpectedly, ang dami kong wisdom na napoprovide sa kanila. And now, for this episode, and this is something dear to me kasi ang dami ko nang natutunan at early part of my life, and ang dami ko rin na-provide ng advices to my friends and clients. And we'll talk about money. And money is something very taboo. Even if medyo mas aware, medyo mas open ang mga ang generation today compared before, still, medyo hirap pa rin ma-accept at our age. Basically, this podcast is about adulting at 30s na medyo advanced ng pang 20s na quarter life crisis. So, mas maraming problems na may isip at this age. Pero yun nga, let's talk more about it in this episode. So, we're just showing up, and nakakatawa kasi I just recorded this episode sa kotse kahapon. And eto, ginagawa ko yung intro kasi nga, we just really have to show up. We have to commit kahit hindi natin feel na 100% tayo when we took this episode, when we recorded this episode, as long as we show up. And ayun lang. So, enjoy! Let's talk about money. So, common problem na naisip ko dito is, ano ba dapat talaga meron ang nasa 30s na? And sa dami na nakikita natin sa social media or sa mga tao sa paligid, and that constant comparison from our titos or titas or yung mga tao sa paligid mo na dapat sa ganito, may ganyan, ganyan, etc., etc., etc. Ikaw tuloy parang, okay, paano naman ako? Dapat ba talaga at this age, meron akong ganito, ganyan, ganyan. So ako personally, before I started working, pinlot ko na yun that dapat pag 25 may kotse na ako, pag 27 kasal na, kapag kasabay nung kasal yung wedding, kasabay nung kasal yung bahay, that meron ka na rin bahay. But, ngayong 30s na, ano ba nasunod doon? Ang nasunod lang doon is, okay, sige, may property ako. And that's it. It's sa mga pinlat ko. Pero kasi, di kasi na-account doon yung mga possible problems along the way. Ang naisip ko kasi doon was, okay, it's just a straight line. Okay, pagka-graduate, 25, 27, then 30, sige, flourish na tayo, ganyan. Pero, hindi kasi na-account doon yung possible problems along the way that would make that straight line crooked. 'Di ba? So, ang kasi nakita tayo sa social media and sa mga tao sa paligid na buti pa sila at this age. Lalo na ngayon, no, pabata yung mga nag-YouTube or everything na nagkakaroon na sila ng bahay, lupa at this young age, even if they're not graduate or not didn't traditional schooling. Pero kasi hindi kasi nakikita yung problem, like maybe nagkaroon ng family problems, like yung family mo had an illness or had an accident, and ikaw yung kailangan sumuporta or kailangan out of love or out of kung ano man that you will help the family. Then next is pwede kapatid mo is pagka-graduate mo, kapatid mo naman yung nag-aaral sa school, ikaw na yung support, or maybe meron ka pang utang sa school ng pag-schooling mo na hindi mo ito na foresee kasi what you see in social media or the people that you follow is that, uy, parang gusto ko at this age meron din akong katulad nung kay Idol. And yun yung mga best scenarios na hindi naman natin nakita ano ba yung pinagdaanan din ng mga tao. Kasi it's social media, so most often than not, people just post what's the best, what's filtered lang. Kaya siguro yung iba nade-drain or na-anxious na at this age, kaya pa ba? Kaya ba talagang mabuhay? Kaya bang materialize yung gusto mong klaseng buhay para sa'yo? 'Di ba? So, ano yung mga possible na iisip mo is that, number one, enough ba talaga yung kinikita ko today to sustain or to even achieve that life that you want? Or baka mamaya, hindi pala talaga, or alam mo yun, parang ang dami mo naisip. Next is, maybe you're living in your own house, you're living in a rented house, pero gusto mo magkaroon ng sariling bahay. Is it really possible na magkaroon ng sariling bahay? Knowing that the economy today is, alam mo yun, medyo shaky. Next, ito, very common. I know maybe half of my clients, kina-question nila is, can I really afford to have kids? Or not at all. I know people na very firm na no, I don't want to have kids. And di tayo sure doon kung sooner or later magbabago ulit yun. Kasi nga, maybe you're in that season of questioning yourself. Next is, why is it hard to save consistently? Even if you're increasing income yearly, or napopromote ka, or pag-jump mo sa kabilang company, na-increase ka, pero nahihirapan ka pa rin mag-save. Kasi maybe, may mga sinusuportahan tayo. Kaya ka motivated to help your loved ones, to help your family. Example is, yan nga, as we age, our parents are also aging. Inflation, economy natin, ang shaky nga ngayon, kahit na nagkaka-increase ka ng sahod, tumataas din yung mga bilihin. And lastly is, maybe ito rin sa mga nafe-feel mo, paano pag magkasakit ako? Sino man susupport sa akin? Kaya ba ako suporta ng pamilya ko? So, ang dami mo iniisip. Ang dami mo nang kino-consider. And then, syempre, hindi pwedeng mawala yung dreams mo. But, there will come a time na parang nakapagod. You just want to survive every single day. And just showing up. So, here are the things that might help you. Kasi ito yung nakatulong din sa akin and sa mga clients ko na feeling lost, feeling napag-iiwanan na when it comes to finances. So number one is to accept that we all have different starting points in our life. So maybe some of you have good connections, your parents have a good connections, kaya pagka-graduate mo, may maganda ka kagad na trabaho or naipasok ka sa ganitong magandang kumpanya. While some of us also has no connections at all. No backer, no anything. Dagdag mo pa doon na meron ka nga utang. Then maybe ikaw nga yung breadwinner, ikaw na inaasahan ngayon pagka-graduate mo, ikaw na inaasahan na magsusupport sa family mo. So you have, aside for yourself, being responsible for yourself, you also have responsibilities at home for family na hindi tinuro sa school. I mean, never yan tinuro sa school. Or maybe some of your professors provided some insights about it, but it's not mandatory sa school na turuan yan. So maybe, yan, you have to accept first that we have different timeline, we have different starting points, and dun pa lang, comparing yourself to others it won't help. It really won't help. Okay, next, number 2 is to assess where you are now. It's more an awareness of what you're capable of, how much you earn, how much do you spend, do you have loans, may mga utang ka na ba, or may minanang utang, and currently, what do you own? So in short, this is more on knowing your cash flow, or on knowing about your assets, your liabilities. And dun ko malalaman ngayon na asang status ka na ba. So treat it as if you're back to square one with some experiences in life, and hindi natin yun i-disregard kasi that experience is those experiences are invaluable. Walang makakatapat sa mga value na nakuha mo because of your experience. So, number two is to know your cash flow. Be aware of where you are right now. Kasi, once na you know where you are right now, and once na in-accept mo na different talaga yung timelines and starting points natin, mas magiging aware ka kung nasan ka ngayon. And makikita mo ngayon yung progress mo dahil aware ka na sa nangyayari sa'yo ngayon. So, number three, third step is to ask yourself, why do you want to be financially prepared? Kasi ba gusto mo magkaroon ng sariling bahay? Gusto mo bang i-travel yung family mo? Gusto mo bang magkaroon ng sariling business? Gusto mong mag-retire ng maaga? Kasi dito ka kakapit when when tough times come. And it won't happen just once. Maraming beses mangyayari yung difficult times na ito. So, kailangan mong may kakapitan, may aangklahan ka. Habang ngayon na nasa tamang emosyon ka, nasa tamang pag-uutak ka, isulat mo na siya lahat. Bakit mo gusto maging financially prepared sa life? Para pag, sinishake ka ulit ng tadhana, may babasahin ka, may babalikan ka na, ito nga pala gusto ko mangyari sa buhay ko. So, ayan. So, first, again, is to accept that we all have different starting points. Number two is to assess where you are right now. It's more an awareness. Number three is to why. Define your why. Define your success. Then, next, number four is to set short-term goals. Maybe some of you medyo hirap when it comes to setting goals. Kasi nga, I know people na hindi na lang maglalagay ng goals kasi nade-drain lang ako or naubos lang ako kasi ang hirap i-achieve. So, maybe you're setting your goals too high. Kaya ngayon, itong short-term goals is very short lang talaga na, example, define mo ngayon how much yung emergency fund na gusto mo. Ngayon, get also an insurance plans para at least meron kang coverage for yourself. And also, if you have credit card bills, it's up to you if you want to cut off mo yung mga credit card mo or just pay it. Basta, matapos mo lang, one of my mantra is that hindi ako mag-swipe if hindi ko kaya itong bayaran. Or, if medyo malaki yung babayaran na to, hindi ako mag-swipe if hindi ko kayang bayaran at the end of the day yung installment na yon. Kahit yung installment man lang. So, pwede kayo dun mag-start, no? For that installment lang, and then eventually your mindset, increase nyo yung bigger mindset na dapat mag-swipe ako kapag kaya ko ng bayaran ng buo itong bibilin ko. So, if down ka ngayon sa iyong finances, make it sure lang na kaya mong bayaran yung installment before ka mag-swipe. Lalo na if itong i-swipe mo is really for your benefit, hindi yung for your luho. So, dun ka man mag-start, and then after some time, maubos mo lahat ng utang mo, increase mo yung financial literacy mo na dapat after ko i-swipe to, kaya ko itong bayaran that time din. So, technically, you're just getting that credit card para sa points kasi it will give you more leverage sa life. So, that's another topic sa credit card. So, next is to start small. So, ngayon, dahil alam mo na yung goals mo, you have to start you have to start somewhere, kahit maliit lang. So, with what you're capable of, ano yung kaya mong iset aside? Maybe weekly, maybe monthly. And at least may naitatabi ka. And that's a progress already. So, save with what we can now. Kasi totally, you have already assessed what your capabilities are. You're more aware, and that's the step one. Ngayon, kaya ang purpose ng step na to is how much can you commit to sustain in a long term and to build that habit. Kasi mas okay na maliit lang yung kaya mo, ay mas maliit lang yung commit mo, pero sustainable siya. And then, eventually, once na natapos mo na yung emergency fund mo, once na you got already insurance, natapos mo tong credit card bills mo, invest mo naman yung sobra. So that's the purpose of building that habit. Kasi once na hit mo na yung certain milestone mo, yung short-term goals mo, kakaroon ka ng idea, okay, dahil nasanay na ako mag-invest ng ganitong amount every month, yung excess na ito, for investment na. So, unti-untiin mo na siya mabubuo. And then, next, number 5 is to hindi kaya ng self-motivation lang. Hindi kaya ng, yes, discipline kaya siya ng, discipline ba, if napapansin nyo, discipline daw is the key, ganyan. Pero kasi nauubos ka rin. Mauubos pa rin yung motivation mo o yung disiplina mo if ikaw lang mag-isa. Kaya, find someone. So, number 5 to, diba? Number 5 is that find someone you can entrust with yourself. Find an accountability buddy na this person will help you to be better, and it doesn't have to be so super rich, but it would be much better if this person is wiser than you. Kasi magiging accountable talaga siya sa'yo na, oh, I know it's for your well-being, it's for your wellness, tutulungan kita. So, find someone who's you can entrust yourself with, and maybe find a trusted financial advisor or life planner that would understand where you're coming from. Kasi you don't need to figure life alone. And that's the beauty of life. And we're meant to be a social person. We're meant to be a social being. It doesn't have to be that many person. You have to find that core. That core people will help you grow. So find those core people para sa'yo. And lastly is to protect your future self. Alam mo yun, ang dami mo nang ginawa sa buhay mo to achieve what you have at this step. Most likely, nakapagsimula ka na ng emergency fund mo, nakapag-start ka na ng insurance plans mo, maybe you have already invested a portion of your income, of your savings. So ngayon, you have to protect yourself. Or else, baka mag-back to zero ka na naman if nagkaroon ng bagong delubyo sa buhay. So you have to protect yourself, your future self, through savings, saving through insurances, para hindi ka, hindi na mawala yung assets mo, lalo na if you already have a property. If people are still depending on you, para hindi mawala yung, that's the support that you need. If you can't find the support from other people, delegate that support to an insurance company, to an HMO, para hindi ka, kasi, while saving and investing is achievable, but it will really take time before mo achieve yung gusto mo. Protecting yourself is doable right now. Once approved na yung plan mo, it's already approved, it's already doable. And you're already covered, even if the plan is not yet fully paid. So you're getting it at a discount. And also, take care of your health. Your health is your number one, your body. You only have one body. You only have one, you're the money-making machine. So you have to take care of yourself. Or else, baka maya, kakakayod mo, kakabuno mo for your savings and investments. Ikaw na may nagkasakit. And, alam mo yun, your lifestyle. Check mo yung lifestyle mo din. Kaya ba siyang sustain? Is it, treat life as a marathon. Hindi siya yung biglaan sudden burst of energy lang. And, so to sum it up, what I suggested in these steps is that becoming more aware of yourself will really help you mag-calm down. Mag-calm down talaga. Kasi, wala ang hirap hindi i-compare ang sarili mo if constantly you're being surrounded by social media and the people that around you that compares you as well, kahit na ikaw mismo sarili mo. Kaya ko hindi compare sarili ko, pero ang dami ko naririnig sa iba. So what you can do is be self-aware and be knowledgeable more about what your capabilities are para kapag, pinipressure ka ng mga tao, alam mo yung capabilities mo and mababawasan yung pressure kasi hindi ka hindi mo kailangang i-please sila. You just have to please yourself. 'Di ba? And always give yourself time to adjust. Kasi it's good thing that you're listening to this episode, that meaning you're also aware na okay, medyo kailangan ko na ng nakaka-relate kasi hindi na siya biro or I'm getting old, I'm nearing the 40s sa inyo. So, wala pa naman ako doon. Wala pa naman ako doon. But, sooner or later, saglit lang ang buhay. So, you just have to give yourself time. Don't over-promise, don't over-commit. Just do something, small step every day towards that big goal that you want to have in your life. Para hindi ka, mababawasan yung feeling mo na napag-iwanan. Ayun lang. So, hopefully, embrace this 30s for those who feel that they're still lost or being left behind. It's not easy and you're not alone. Marami tayong ganito yung nafe-feel natin and hopefully maging okay. And if you have any questions or you still want help or you want still advices, message lang kayo, comment lang what your thoughts are. Then maybe that's the next topic that we could do kasi this episode is part of the quarter life crisis at 30s na episode. So hopefully makatulong to sa inyo and see you on the next episode.